Sports 360 Nigeria Independence Special is brought to you by Western Union.
Hello and welcome to Sports 360 Special on Nigerian Independence. I'm Mimi Fawaz.
And I'm Adesope Olajide, and of course today she marks 53 years, so a very happy birthday to Nigeria. And we've got a great show for you today, so here's a taste of what's to come.
Firstly, we look at the Nigerian men's basketball team qualifying for the first time ever at the London Olympics.
And Nigeria were crowned the champions of Africa for the Africa Cup of Nations 2013 after a 19-year wait.
And Blessing Okagbari picked up medals at the Athletics World Championships over the summer in Moscow.
Enough of us speaking. Now let's introduce you to our special guests who will be joining us in the studio tonight. First up is former Nigerian international Efan Ekoku. How are you doing, Efan? Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Also joining us is Shoggy Tosh, publisher of Tosh Magazine, TV, and PR. Thank you so much for joining us as well tonight.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure all of you at home would like to take part in tonight's discussions, so all you have to do is take part by picking up the phone and calling in by dialing 0207-501-7701. Adesope, you're very good at giving the international callers
the code. It's +44 207-501-7701 if you're calling outside of the UK. Now, there is one record that most people will remember the Nigerian basketball team for at the London Olympics in 2012. Not for a win, but more a loss that Nigeria would rather forget. That is for a world record loss at the Olympics. At an Olympics game, Nigeria lost 156-73 to the USA team.
But in case you didn't realize, Nigeria also made history by qualifying for the first time ever at the Olympics. And I think that's quite a remarkable accomplishment, don't you think?
Absolutely, of course.
But Shoggy, I'm going to go straight to you because I'm a guy like you who loves everything, basketball, football. What did you make of Nigeria? Though, as we talked about, that result wasn't very good. Yeah. They still qualified for the first time ever.
That's quite interesting. I mean, it was a great occasion. Being, not forgetting that, when you look at the football, we didn't qualify for the men, for the women. I mean, normally the women would normally qualify, so that was one of the things that we were just looking forward to. Though we didn't do too well, but it was just a great show. It's
interesting the fact that you mentioned that we didn't qualify for football, but we did represent. Basketball was actually the only team sport that Nigeria participated in at the Olympics in 2012. Was that a shock to you, Efan?
It was, but I think basketball has been long overdue because we have the ability, we have the talent, we have the physique in terms of players, to compete very well at basketball. We see big nations like Spain and Serbia, they always have top basketball teams. No reason why Nigeria shouldn't have or shouldn't be producing lots of top-class basketballers.
All right, well, we do have a clip out there, so let's get a reminder.
Baseline, good!
Thiago is a one-man wrecking crew.
Dagaduru back to Al Farouk, and he gets a chance for a three-point play. We got a fast break. Dagaduru dumps it off to Alani Aminu, and the Aminu brothers are starting to take over. Stops, pops, gets the shot blocked.
Hang on to your hat. Here comes Al Farouk Aminu with a flush.
Unbelievable scenes. Folks, we've got two African teams that will be in London.
Wow, that's all inspiring, isn't it? That was fantastic to see. And you can join us in this conversation. Just dial, it's 0207-501-7701. Like I said, outside of the country, it's +44-207-501-7701. And if you do call in from the UK, we have some goodie bags here from Western Union, absolutely, for you to win. And of course, in it is a voucher, a £50 voucher to send money back home to family members in Nigeria.
I would love to win that because I actually send money back home quite often.
Yeah.
So that would be great. And also I receive money as well from back home. So it's not a bad thing. But we saw there them celebrating. We saw Al-Farouk Aminu, the NBA player. We also saw your friend there, didn't we? The captain of the basketball team. I know that you were there as well. Yes. And I was there seeing them training ahead of time. Efan, are you a basketball follower at all? Were you following the Nigerian basketball team?
I must admit, I didn't follow the basketball team. I heard about the scores. Obviously, it was disappointing, that we weren't able to progress. I watch the NBA quite often, not as much as I used to back in the early 90s when Jordan was the king. But since Miami Heat have been sort of ruled in the last couple of years, I've taken a bit more of an interest again with Wade and LeBron James.
The story of the basketball, the D-Tigers as they are known, the basketball team of Nigerian, the Nigerian basketball team at the Olympics, is that it was inspiring in the sense that the way they even made the Olympics in the first place, they had to qualify in Africa, and then they had to go to the World Championships in I think it was Puerto Rico or something like that to qualify for the Olympics itself.
Dominican Republic.
Exactly. And when they came into London, I think for a lot of people, the story had been written then. The fact that they, for the first time, represented Nigeria at the Olympics. So we weren't really expecting, them to blow out the United States of America. We were going against an all-star team.
USA team, exactly.
Exactly. What did you expect from the game, especially when we went up against the United States of America?
I mean, we didn't expect to lose that much, though. That was the thing. But I mean, it's just like I always like comparing it to football. At times when you just go all attacking, then if you don't have a solid, defense, obviously you open up. So we were just going all out, and some people were saying, oh, some of our players were playing up for clubs and whatever, But maybe if we didn't go all out, that wouldn't, had been the scores. But all in all, I mean, you could see the guys celebrating there, and you're just having fun. It's a great start, and hopefully we can build on that. In the 80s, 90s, we get whacked by Tunisia, Egypt, and all these, they always like, Angola, especially Angola. I remember Angola as well. So it's great to have the guys.
I did go to interview the players last summer ahead of their first match. I do have an interview there. I remember that I did with some of the players. If we can take a listen right there.
People don't realize we expected to qualify for the Olympics. When everybody came on board, that's all we talked about was making history. We believed, the world didn't believe, and we still want to keep proving people wrong now that we're here in the Olympics.
You got 120 million people back home that want something to cheer for, and I mean, right now football hasn't been doing too well as far as soccer, so we really wanted to give a team, something Nigeria, something they can hold on to and something they can really cheer for. So we knew that we had our country on our back, and we just kept playing and played with our hearts out there, and luckily we ended up making it to the Olympics. So it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. Got a lot of thanks to God.
That's when you see Aminu, especially Alade Aminu there, and the passion he showed during the training that we went to witness. For a minute, I felt we could take the United States of America. I looked at the guys, I'm thinking, wow, this might be our moment. But
and then you woke up from your dream. Well, in saying that, I mean, it was 154 to 70 something.
156 to 73.
It's not huge, because I've seen lots of games in the NBA where you've got two pro teams where sometimes you get that 30, 40 point, gap. So, considering that we're not at that level yet, it's not particularly embarrassing really for me. But as I said, we've got the talent to produce so many sportsmen and women. No reason why Nigeria shouldn't be qualifying for every single Olympic.
Well, we do have a caller on the line right now that wants to take part in the discussion. Hello, caller. Happy Nigerian Independence Day to you. And what's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Joe Degbe. I'm calling from Italy. I want to say happy independence to Nigeria, and I just want to comment about Nigerians, and because we are having an independence today, and I don't know how they are going, and how they are making the country well. Well, we're just talking about qualification of Olympic, the winners of this year's events that we have won, the Nigerians. How is Nigeria going? That's what we want to know. How they are going? How are we growing?
How do
we Nigerians in UK? We Nigerians in abroad. We're just here hustling. every day, and we don't know how our home is growing, and we want to make something back in Nigeria, you know. And today is our independence. We have to make something of it, and we don't.
Thank you very much.
We don't want to. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. We don't want any more debt in the north, and we just want to make everything fine.
Thank you, sir.
We are open.
Thank you very much for that point. It's important as well when we celebrate the independence, like today, when we think about the sporting achievements over the last 12 months. We also have to look at the other aspect of things and how important sports is to the Nigerian life back home and what it does to our morale, isn't it?
Absolutely, because sometimes sport can disguise any other deficiencies you have within the country, whether it's social, political, economic, and people always have something to look forward to. Throughout the world, we all know there's Nigerians on every single continent, in hundreds of thousands and in some cases millions as well. Yeah. So sport is, excuse me, certainly one thing that people who are non-Nigerians look at the Nigerians and say, you guys have had great footballers, good track and field. I think we've had good boxers in the past, so no reason why those things shouldn't continue. And then you hope that it's a springboard, to everybody feeling better about themselves within the country. Yeah. And hopefully things will improve, as I said, on a social and domestic level.
Well, speaking about where the direction that Nigeria is going in terms of sport, we do know that everybody loves football. It's the #1 sport in Nigeria. But good luck, Jonathan, based off of the back of the Olympics. The fact that the Olympians didn't perform as well as the Paralympians, he's decided that he wants to try and develop other sports in Nigeria. Shoggy, I'm sure you think that's a great idea.
Yeah, of course it's a great idea. I mean, obviously there's politics at the back of sports, and there are ways you have to play it. Obviously there's a preparation as well, and a lot of at times that we lack. We do have the talent, and if we can just put in a lot more. I know we're not into football, but I remember Efan's time when before Westhoff got the job, he had 5 years, and I remember OGS 90 when we got whacked 5-1, by Algeria in the first game, and then we got to the final and we lost 1-0. So when you have that time and you can prepare, there's a lot. We have the talent, we have talent.
Speaking about talent and preparation, I know Mimi tried to handle the ball during the basketball training. I'm not sure if we've got a clip of that, where she tried her skills at the hoops. Let's take a quick look.
You got a secret, but I think I know it. You wanna let it out, but they go call you Ashi. You like to do it, do the I know you like the bunch, and you like the jazz.
I think we've had enough of that. She tried three times.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that.
She tried 3 times and she couldn't find the hoop, but hey.
You know what? I used to play basketball when I was in school in PE. I didn't make the cut. Obviously, I wasn't good enough, as we can see over there from there. But, just saying that away from me with the other players that were there, they have, and for example, Ike Diogu, who was as well there, and we didn't see him in the clip there, but he was playing for Nigeria, who just got signed by the New York Knicks. So Nigeria do have big names, promising future. They just as well played the Afro Baskets for the men. Shoggy, I think Nigeria must have a future in basketball, men and women's basketball.
Definitely. I mean, I'll just digress a little bit and say I saw that lovely picture you had with Spike Lee. I think it was by the both of you.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah,
and Tyson Chandler as well from the New York Knicks.
Yeah. So that was good. As we said earlier, we do have a bright future. Talent, that's not the problem. We do have huge talents.
But investing in the talent.
That's the thing, investing in preparations, as we said, because a lot of times you hear Africans and Nigerians saying they just feel like you can just walk the park and just turn up and do whatever you want to do, but it doesn't work like that. You have to prepare. I and Efan, we were talking, off camera earlier, how you have to eat and how you have to, all these things, they do matter. And if we can just incorporate that.
Pounded yam then. None of that, right? Well, let's see what, we do have a caller on the line, and let's see what the caller has to say. Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Shitami Dalwede. I'm calling from Italy.
Oh, hello.
How are you doing? What would you like to say tonight?
Yeah, I really want to appreciate the discussion going on TV.
Thank you.
And I want to wish everybody there, Mindy Fawaz, my brother, and of course our great X International, happy Independence Day.
Thank you
so much. And very happy
I really want to say that I am happy and I'm proud to be in Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, I want to say that I'm somebody that is very hopeful in that country, despite the fact of what is going on, the security lapses and all that. I want to say that Nigeria is blessed. It's a great country, and I'm very optimistic that everything is going to turn out good for that country. I want to use this medium also to appeal to those hoodlums who are causing, problems in our country to desist from it. It is time we embrace ourselves. It's time we tolerate ourselves. It's time we move forward in that country. It's time we come together to see how we can move that country forward, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
All these killings, all these actions, all these bickerings should stop.
All right.
Nigeria is blessed. You have a lot of stars. You have a lot of,
Thank you very much,
blessed,
sir.
Blessed country. So
I do agree with you. I do understand what you're saying. Thank you for your comments. I guess I understand the political situation of things, but Nigeria is blessed in terms of talking about sport.
We need to take a quick break, actually, and we'll be back in a few moments right after this.
Sports 360 Nigeria Independence Special is brought to you by Western Union.